In today's video, I'm going to share with you my exact process that we take clients through to help them double their income, 10x their income, session by session by session. You know, in the past week, I've had 3 clients reach out to me. One gentleman said that they're going from last year doing $250,000 a year in sales to now doing between 2 to 3 million going into the end of this year. I had another client who I actually worked with 2.5 years ago, and this guy was making $40,000 a year as a bartender. He now sells storage units, and in this last month, he did $60,000 in commission. From 40 grand a year to 60,000 in a month. I had another client reach out to me who was doing about 70 to 80K a month and just hit over $250,000 in a month, doing 75,000 in a day. So I'm going to share with you the exact process that I take them through session by session so you can start implementing this either with yourself or with your clients, okay? So the first thing we do is what's called a breakthrough session, okay? Now, one of the major mistakes that I see a lot of hypnotherapists and even coaches make is you try to give advice, coaching, or hypnosis before you bring to the surface what the subconscious blocks are that are keeping that person stuck. So hear me out. Let's say you tell somebody, hey, just go and do this, right? Go speak on stage, go sell people, go do whatever. But they have a belief within them that is not allowing them to move forward and take action. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter what strategies or techniques or advice you give them, it is not going to work. So the first thing we have to do before we do any deep hypnosis, before I give them any advice or skills or anything like that, is we have to bring to the surface what these subconscious beliefs are that are holding them back. Now, in one of my client breakthroughs, this is one of the most profound, and if you're in sales or business, you'll probably appreciate this. It was one of the most profound sessions I've ever done, because what we discovered when we did a breakthrough is we discovered that he had a belief that he wasn't good enough, so therefore he always had to try to convince people of his product and service. He's like, Dom, I feel like I have to go live every day on TikTok and these different platforms, and I have to try to sell people and convince them. He's like, I'm just tired of it. My stuff is so good that people should be seeking me out, which they did. And after we broke through that, his business completely exploded, okay? Now, step number 2. So what's gonna happen after you do a breakthrough session is you're gonna have all these limiting beliefs that just came to the surface. As a matter of fact, earlier today, I was doing a breakthrough session with one of my clients, and a couple of interesting things came up for him is that he was sabotaging his sales in his career because he was always looking for a shortcut. In his entire life, he had this pattern of trying to cheat the system and find a way out. And he didn't realize it, but he was subconsciously self-sabotaging his own success in that process. So once you can identify by doing a breakthrough session and bring to the surface, clear limiting beliefs, okay? Bring to the surface whatever that may be. I'm not good enough to be successful. You know, I'm not good enough to be a leader. I'm not good enough to do sales. I'm not good enough for the man or woman of my dreams. Whatever it is, in this session here, we go through and clear that out, okay? Session number 3 is what I like to call the low road, okay, versus the high road. Now, this is an extremely powerful session because what this does is help our clients break through any more fears and limiting beliefs that they may be dealing with. So, you know, we all have goals and aspirations that we want to get to, or disciplines and promises that we want to stick to, but we will come up with these limiting beliefs and these fears in our mind, right? These excuses. You know, let's say you want to level up in your business, but you tell yourself things like, I don't have the time, I don't know how, or you start being afraid if you fail, or maybe you need to like go to the gym and eat healthy, right? But you tell yourself, well, I can't go, Dom. I have kids. That's why I can't go to the gym, or I don't have the time, or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, if you were in enough pain, in other words, if you were at rock bottom, you would find a way, right? So using the gym example, if suddenly your doctor said, hey, if you don't go and work out and eat healthy, you're gonna die, all of a sudden you have the time, you have the energy, and you'll make it happen, right? Well, what we do under this hypnotic process through what's called the low road is we take our clients on a journey to look at, hey, if you continue, and you can actually do this process right now, if you continue down this path of making excuses, staying stuck in your business, staying in the toxic relationships, where is this going to take you 5 years from today? Where's it going to take you 10 years from today? And ultimately, where's it going to take you to the end of your life? And when you do this process with people, it really gets them in a deep sense of pain in that moment to go, you know what? This is far worse than me failing because I took action in my business, right? This is far worse than going to the gym and eating healthy every day, right? There's a saying, you either deal with the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And that's the truth, right? So after we take our clients down this low road process of getting them to experience that pain, which isn't very fun in the moment, then we hypnotize them and we go down the high road to success. So what we focus on the high road to success is the reward that they're going to get by going and taking the action, right? Going to the gym, doing the thing in their business, whatever they have to do. Now, what ends up happening here is they get so excited, so motivated about this reward that they're working towards because they have so much clarity, they will take action and stick to their goals and their dreams. So let's say as an example, right? You're like, Dom, you know, I haven't been making calls in my business, I'm procrastinating, or I'm not going to the gym or whatever. And I came to you, I said, hey, look, and you're like, I just don't have the time. I have ADHD, blah, 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 whatever thing you want to come up with, right? But if I came to you and I said, hey, look, if you make calls in your business every single day for the next 30 days in a row, I'm going to cut you a check for $1 million. How many of you guys would take me up on that offer? As a matter of fact, hit the like button if you would take me up on that offer. If I said, I'll give you $1 million to go to the gym for 30 days or make calls for 30 days, you would do it. So guess what? All of your fears, all of your limitations go away when the reward is big enough. So when we go down the high road of success, we're hypnotizing clients to get a clear vision of where they want to go. Because often one of the reasons people procrastinate and put things off is they don't know where they want to go, right? Their vision isn't clear and it's not compelling enough to get them to move, okay? Now, in session number 4, we do what's called releasing negative emotions, okay? So there's 6 major emotions we release: anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, and shame. Okay. Now, if you've ever seen one of those frequency charts, I'll do my best to draw one here, but it's like it's a chart that looks like this, and it's a rainbow, right? Usually down here is like red, and then it has orange, yellow, so on and so forth, and then up here it's purple, right? And at the top is enlightenment, love, joy, right? This is the vibration that we're at, right? And down here at the bottom is shame is the lowest, then there's guilt, right? There's fear, anger, etc. Okay? Now, what we do to naturally raise our vibration is we go with our clients and we look at, hey, let's remove all the shame from your past, right? All the things you're holding on to subconsciously from your childhood, from your upbringing, all throughout your life. Let's release the guilt, the fear, the sadness, the hurt, the anger, the pain. And when you release all this and you make peace with your past, naturally you raise your vibration into these higher levels. Now, this is so fascinating because you can be somebody who's so angry or so sad and depressed or so anxious in a matter of minutes. You can release all the anger from your past, all the fear, all the sadness, all the hurt that you're holding on to. And whenever you go through this process, it really begins to transform your life. I always explain it to people like this. Look, we're all carrying around, we're all on a 100-mile hike through the desert, and we have this giant backpack with us. And it's just filled with these boulders, right? And this backpack is all of our past failures, all of our broken relationships, the friendships that we've lost, the family members we may have lost, our pets that have died, right? All the times we've been rejected, all the times we've been embarrassed, all these things are still in our subconscious mind. And we don't realize it, but we're carrying it with us every single day of our lives. And when you begin to remove this, it's like you're taking off that backpack. It's like, oh my God, I feel so much better, right? Oh, by the way, guys, do yourself a favor and comment, take notes in the comments, because what this will do, it's going to help new people when they come to see the Cliff Notes. It's also going to help you. So if you're watching a video, you're like, wait, what did I learn? If you just go in there and keep notes in the comments, you'll know exactly what it is. And it helps this video to get more likes and more views, okay? Now, in the session number 5, we do another breakthrough, okay? So typically what will happen is, as you're helping a client, I've had many clients come to me, they're like, Dom, I just want help with my business. I want to make more money. Okay, cool. So we'll help them with that. And as we go through this process, usually something else comes up, right? Maybe it's something in their health, right? They get sick, they have pain that comes up, or things just start going a little sideways in their life. Maybe it's in their relationships. So by session number 5, we go through a breakthrough process again, which is bringing to the surface all the subconscious things they're holding on to that they don't realize is there. And then we begin to clear those out in session 5. Now in session 6, which is, I kind of talked about this in the beginning, is what we call a quantum leap hypnosis, okay? So the quantum leap hypnosis is taking this person's goals, their dreams, their aspirations, and hypnotizing them so that it naturally and automatically happens for them, okay? So whatever, you're probably familiar with the reticular activating system. For those of you who aren't, your reticular activating system is about 2 inches above your brainstem, and its job is to scan for things in your environment that match with the thoughts that are in your mind. This is why when you go to buy a new car, suddenly you start seeing the car everywhere on the freeway. Well, it's not that everybody went out and bought the car. It's just that you're so focused on it, now you start to see it in your environment. So whenever we're quantum leaping, what we do is we program the subconscious mind for our clients to naturally and automatically see the new opportunities, to build the relationships, the next moves to make, to naturally take them to where they want to go. And this becomes a process to where it just becomes sort of, I don't want to say effortless, like you don't have to do anything, but it becomes serendipitous, right? Where things just kind of naturally start to unfold. It's like things just start clicking for you. And whenever your mind is programmed to go down that path, you start to let go of like the rigidness of life and the starting and the stopping and all the struggle, and it becomes more of being in that flow. So now the reason why this is called a quantum leap, all right, is because this isn't to just get you to take baby steps. This is getting you to leap, right? This is why I have so many clients, if you've watched my testimonials, that double, triple, quadruple their income very, very fast, right? Or 10x their income in a matter of a year. It's because we are leaping to those higher and higher levels. Now, one of the beautiful things about this is this session here, number 3 and number 6, we actually put them in a recording. So what this will do is you're actually able, it's custom fit to you, you're able to listen to it in between the sessions. So every day you're waking up and your mind is being programmed to see the future that you want, to naturally embody and become the person that naturally would attract that into their lives. And that's one of the biggest things about manifestation, guys, and this whole thing about personal development. Yeah, cool, you get to the place, your goals, your house, your cars, all that cool stuff. And even more importantly, in my opinion, is the person you become along the way. You know, when I started hosting my own live events with hundreds of people, I started doing my training hypnotist, when I started doing my Tulum retreats, you know, it wasn't so much about that. It was about who I became, right? Being confident as a speaker on stage, being able to transform people's lives in a very short amount of time. And so keep that in mind when you are going through this process, okay? Now, I'm going to say this last thing because this is probably one of the most important. The reason why we don't start off with super deep hypnosis, quantum leap right away is because we need to clear the path. We need to clear out the limiting beliefs, the negative emotions that are keeping that person stuck or keeping us stuck in this habit. Because I want you to think about this, right? Let's say you have a road and let's say it's 5 miles, right? And you have the fastest car in the world, okay? Your car is, you know, it's got turbocharged or whatever. But every few, 10 yards or 30 yards, right? There's a roadblock, right? It's like there's one here, and then there's one here, and then there's one here, and there's all these roadblocks along that 5-mile road. Well, how long is it going to take you to go down that freaking path? It's going to take you a real long time. It doesn't matter what kind of car you have, how fast it is, you're going to have to dodge all of these roadblocks. So what would be the way to actually get you there faster? Well, it's not about making the car faster. It's not about souping it up, right? What it's about is clearing the blocks. Because once we can remove those blocks out of the way, now you could just take that car, soup it up a little bit, and you get from where you are at and where you want to be in a fraction of the time. And guys, I have tested this system with literally over 2,000 people individually, not including the people that my team has personally hypnotized, all the people that we certify. And this is a bulletproof process, not only to help yourself, but also to help others or to have you experience this. Okay, guys? So look, guys, if you're a business owner or you're a salesperson, you're like, Dom, what you just said to me makes so much sense. I need to remove those roadblocks. I have a fast car. It's just that there seems to be these roadblocks in the way and you want to remove them. There's going to be a link down in the description for you to book a free hypnosis assessment with somebody on my team to see if either you and I would be a good fit to work together or you and somebody on my team would be a good fit to work together. Now, if you're somebody who wants to learn this process, actually not just experience it, but you want to learn how to do this on yourself, in other words, learn self-hypnosis, or you want to learn how you can help others transform through this process, there's going to be a link down in the description to book or to actually get access to a free hypnosis training where it does a little bit of a deeper dive into some of the subjects that we've talked about today, guys. All right, so like the video, subscribe to the channel. This one is probably one you want to save because we went pretty deep here. This is my secret sauce here. This is the secret sauce, the layout of how I've worked with, NFL athletes, UFC fighters, all these high-level people, and how we transform people's lives. So like the video, guys, comment down below, get access to the trainings, book your consultations.